Listen, I know I might be a My Hero hater, but one thing I do love is Roblox. And Heroes Battlegrounds is one of the best out there. So today, we're gonna break down the similarities and differences between the green hero and Deku. The green hero is based on MHA's main character named Izuku Midoriya, otherwise known as his hero name, Deku. The name was given to him by Bakugo, who would use it in a derogatory way to bully Deku. In a world where 80% of the population has quirks, he was born quirkless. Regardless of that, Deku dreamed to be a hero just like his idol, All Might, and coincidentally through a series of events, he was chosen to inherit All Might's quirk called One for All. This quirk allows the user to store and pass along quirks through different users. In All Might's case, he didn't unlock the ability to use the other quirks, but instead locked in on his own strength, which took the quirk to another level, and that is why Deku was not able to use it easily early on into the story. Let's start with the cosmetic changes you get when equipped with Green Hero. There are no changes that you get on your avatar, but occasionally your M1s will light up green with electricity, just like Deku in the anime. Also, there are spawn animations for the Green Hero and the mastered version, but comment down below if you know where they're from. The first move we're gonna break down is called Detroit. The user channels their energy into their fist before releasing a powerful punch that sends your opponent flying. Deku is such a glazer that pretty much all his moves are taken from All Might. During All Might's early days, he decided to study abroad in the US, which led him to name his attacks based on American states and cities. You can see Deku use this attack in his training during the battle trial arc and again in one of the movies. In this moment, he doesn't actually connect with the punch, but the in-game attack is more All Might-like. Detroit also has an aerial version to it which looks like this and is taken from the moment against Shigaraki. The base finisher is just a buffed up version of the OG, but the aerial variant makes it look just like the scene that it comes from. Next we got Manchester. This attack allows the player to perform a short dash before delivering a nimble roundhouse kick to your opponent. This is another attack that isn't one for one with the anime but is heavily inspired. Deku's Manchester Smash is a kicking attack that he used against Overhaul. Although it didn't land, we did get to see the damage it would have caused if it did. As you can see, there isn't any spinning to this kick like in game, but this is something he could do if he wanted and can be seen doing similar stuff with his full cow shoot style. The finisher allows the user to kick the opponent, causing blood to splatter and their body to dribble off the floor. Following that is Delaware. By flicking their finger with enough force to release a long-range projectile blast of air, it sends your opponent flying. This is actually one of Deku's first original moves that don't come from All Might. Due to Midoriya having much less durability with One for All as All Might, he needed to concentrate his power into specific body parts instead of all of it. This is what led him to use this finger flick attack that allowed for him to limit his own damage into just his fingers while also getting strong, versatile projectile attacks. Delaware has an aerial version to it that's probably inspired by this Delaware Smash in combination with Fa Jin that he used on Shigaraki. I say this because the animation makes it seem as if you're using the palm of your hand instead of a flick, but obviously it cannot be as destructive as Deku's or it would need to be an ult move. The finishers are again just beefed up versions, but I'd say that the base Delaware finisher looks a lot like this use of it during the Todoroki fight. The final base move is titled Texas and allows the user to release a flurry of punches that conclude with one final punch that does not ragdoll. Honestly, I couldn't find any one of Deku's or All Might's Texas Smashes that looks exactly like this, so it might be original to the game. From my knowledge, the Texas Smash is a simple punch attack like Detroit Smash, but instead it doesn't make contact and utilizes the air to create its force. The two biggest instances of this attack is from All Might against the Monster to save Izuku, as well as Deku's battle with Shigaraki. The finisher is pretty cool, but I think it's original to the game. Before we get into the ultimate, I have to talk about the Master Green Hero's moveset real quick. Quintuple Smash is inspired by Deku's Detroit Smash Quintuple, but the two don't look alike. Electric Smash is inspired by his Manchester Smash on Overhaul, with Delaware Grab and Shadow Whip not being any specific moves, but definitely something Deku could pull off. These all also have finishers, but I wasn't able to find anything that looked exactly like them, so if you know, again, comment correctly. Finally, we can get into the ultimate, called Ultimate. Typical shonen anime like the idea of breaking your limiter and going beyond plus ultra, so it's pretty much on theme. The ult animation is very reminiscent of how he looked against Overhaul. Beyond 100% is the first ultimate move, and it looks like this. Quickly, I want to point out that Heroes Battlegrounds has some of the best cutscenes I've seen in any Battleground games on Roblox, so shout out to you guys. This is taken from his battle with Overhaul, where he was able to use 100% of One For All with the help of Ares' quirk. Cosmic States of Smash is the second move, and it looks like this. This is inspired by Deku's United States of World Smash that he did in the World Heroes Mission movie. One energy surge looks like this, but I have no idea where it comes from. 1,000,000% is the final ult move. This is actually not a Deku move, but instead an All Might attack that he used against a Nomu when he was protecting Class 1A. Now let's talk about Master Green Hero's ultimate, titled The Nine. The reason as to why there is even a different character is because Deku kinda went through an emo phase where he got stronger and was getting good with his new quirks. He also gained the ability to communicate with the previous users of One For All, something that this guy couldn't even do, and is the 9th user after All Might. Also, just like the teleport dashes you get when you're in normal ultimate, you now get those after finishing someone. The Awakening transformation is taken right out of his most recent Shigaraki fight, where he got this cool shot of him being backed up by all the previous vestiges. 120% overdrive. This cutscene is heat, but the finisher is actually more accurate due to it being taken from this moment in the anime. "45% is an easy one. This is from his rematch with Muscular, where he absolutely speed blitzed the shit out of him. The finisher for this attack is much different though, and is taken from this barrage on Shigaraki. And unfortunately, currently there are only 3 moves for Vigilante Deku, with the last being called Lightning Crush. Both the base move and finisher are loosely inspired by this moment. Well, if you're a fan of Battleground games, then you probably played this one or something. So click right here for my explain playlist where I do the same thing here, but for other games. Millz Mafia out. Yeah.